let's get right into it.
Number 10. Picture this. You're sitting in a chair that's basically strapped to an exploding metal coffin. You're flying down a road at 70 miles per hour while other people, equally distracted, equally sleep-deprived, equally texting their ex, are doing the same thing inches away from you. And we call this commuting. Future generations will look back at us and go, wait, so you all had the technology for cars, but you still let random humans steer them manually? That's like giving toddlers flamethrowers and just hoping for the best. The insane part isn't even the crashes, it's the casual acceptance. We literally brag about parallel parking as if it's not just maneuvering a tank into a slightly smaller space. From a psychological perspective, humans are terrible at sustained attention. Your brain starts zoning out after like 10 minutes, which is fine when you're binge-watching Netflix. It's not so fine when zoning out means plowing into a light pole. Future people will have self-driving cars, and they'll think of us the way we think of medieval doctors using leeches. Wow, they really thought Gary from accounting was qualified to pilot 2 tons of steel. Yes, we did. Basically, we're trusting brains designed for running from lions to handle highway merging at 80 miles per hour. Future generations will call it insane because, honestly, it already is.
Number 9.
Imagine explaining bottled water to someone from the future. Okay, so we live on a planet where water literally falls from the sky, but we decide to pay $2.99 for it in little plastic tubes. And then, to make it worse, we act like we're fancy sommeliers. Ah, yes, this one is from the French Alps, with a subtle hint of, you just got scammed. The psychology here is fascinating. Humans trust packaging more than their own senses. If it looks clean and comes in sleek blue plastic, our brain is like, oh yes, this is elite hydration. Meanwhile, in blind taste tests, people can't even tell the difference between bottled water and tap water. Sometimes the tap water wins. So we're not just wasting money, we're proving that marketing hacks our brains better than thirst does. Future generations will laugh because while we were panicking about climate change, we were simultaneously churning out billions of plastic bottles to drink the thing we already had at home. It's like paying someone $5 to breathe air for you. Actually, give it a century, and that might also be a thing. So yeah, enjoy your artisanal H2O. Future people are gonna roast us, harder than a plastic bottle in the sun. Number 8. Your phone is, on paper, the most advanced piece of technology in human history. It can calculate rocket trajectories, translate ancient languages, and connect you to anyone in the world. But what do we mostly use it for? Watching strangers dance badly in 15-second clips and then feeling sad about our own lives. The insane part isn't that we have phones, it's that we spend 7 hours a day staring at them. Imagine showing this to someone from the year 2300. Yes, so we invented miracle slabs of infinite knowledge and then developed chronic neck pain because we couldn't stop doom-scrolling memes. Psychologically, phones are slot machines in your pocket. Every notification, every scroll is like pulling a lever. Maybe you'll win with a funny meme. Maybe you'll lose with an email from work. Either way, your brain's dopamine system is trapped in a casino. Future generations will have neural implants or holographic assistants, and they'll laugh at the fact that we used to sit there, hunched like gremlins, tapping on glass. Basically, we domesticated ourselves with TikTok. Future people will see old photos of us with text neck and assume we were a species of bird, slowly evolving into a question mark. Number 7. Imagine being a future archaeologist, digging up our fossilized skeletons, all perfectly shaped like office chairs. They'd probably assume we were some kind of sedentary crab species. Seriously, we've built an entire society around spending 40-plus hours a week hunched at desks, slowly fusing with swivel chairs, while our brains quietly leak out of our ears from PowerPoint fatigue. Psychology-wise, it's wild. Humans evolved to roam around, hunt, gather, and occasionally stab mammoths. Instead, we now stare at glowing rectangles for so long that our spines scream in Morse code. And the cherry on top? We glorify it. Wow, he worked a 70-hour week. Cool, Chad, you basically turned yourself into a half-human, half-coffee hybrid with the posture of a shrimp. Future generations will call it insane that people willingly traded their health and sanity for a paycheck and free donuts in the break room. They'll probably look at cubicles the same way we look at medieval torture devices. Wait, they voluntarily sat in those? Yep, we did. And then we called it being productive. Basically, our descendants will assume capitalism was just a very elaborate prank we never realized we were in on.
Number 6.
Here's a fun ritual. You wake up, shower, and then immediately blast your body with alcohol-based chemicals mixed with synthetic flower juice. Congrats! You now smell like ocean breeze or mysterious musk. Future people will be baffled that we willingly sprayed flammable liquids directly on our skin. Also, strangers would think we're slightly more kissable. The psychology behind it is old. Humans are obsessed with scent as a status signal. Smell nice equals higher chance of survival in the dating pool. But in practice, most perfumes just smell like a middle school locker room exploded. We even have designer bottles that cost hundreds of dollars, as if paying $200 to smell like pine forest with hints of sadness makes you irresistible. In the future, they'll probably just bioengineer pheromones or tweak brain chemistry to make themselves smell attractive without marinating in chemicals. And they'll laugh at us for spending centuries literally bathing in overpriced body spray. Honestly, they'll probably think Axe body spray was a weapon of war. And to be fair, in high school hallways, it basically was. Number 5. Sugar, flour, salt, coffee creamer that's basically sawdust. Our diets are like an episode of Breaking Bad, except instead of making drugs, we're just mainlining cupcakes and calling it breakfast. Imagine explaining to the future, yeah, so we discovered that refined sugar destroys our bodies, and then we just kept eating it anyway. In everything, even ketchup. Psychologically, sugar hacks your brain like a hacker at a bank. It lights up reward centers in the same way addictive drugs do. Your ancient brain thinks sweetness equals calories equals survival. But modern reality is, sweetness equals 5 cavities and a lifelong gym membership you'll never use. Future people will be horrified. They'll probably have nutritionally perfect foods that taste amazing without destroying your pancreas. They'll look at our grocery aisles and wonder if society was sponsored by big diabetes. And they'll be right. Basically, we're all just sugar junkies with better PR.
Number 4. Here's how we currently power our world. We dig up the liquefied remains of dinosaurs, light them on fire, and then somehow that makes your toaster work. Future people are going to hear this and think we were doing black magic. So they burned ancient lizard juice to scroll Instagram? Yep, that's civilization in a nutshell. Psychology plays a role here too. Humans are notoriously bad at long-term consequences. We're great at, I'm cold, let's burn stuff, but less great at, if we keep burning stuff, our descendants will live in an oven with Wi-Fi. Fossil fuels are basically the planetary equivalent of eating candy for dinner. Feels great in the moment, but eventually your body, or in this case Earth, just collapses. Future generations will probably run on clean, endless energy sources. They'll laugh at us for starting wars over oil, polluting entire oceans, and building an entire global economy on flammable goo. It's like building your house on a Jenga tower and being shocked when it falls. So yeah, we literally ran our world on barbecue fuel. Insane.
Number 3. High heels, skinny jeans, ties, corsets. Honestly, most of fashion history is just creative ways of slowly killing ourselves while pretending we look good doing it. Imagine aliens landing on Earth and seeing humans wobbling around on 5-inch heels like baby giraffes. They'd be like, is this a ritual sacrifice? From a psychological standpoint, fashion is social signaling. I'm attractive, I'm wealthy, I belong to this tribe. But we take it to absurd extremes. People literally crush their toes, suffocate their ribs, or cut off circulation in the name of looking put together. Which is hilarious because half the time, nobody even notices. Your $600 shoes are just impressing other people who also bought $600 shoes. It's a pyramid scheme of pain. Future people will probably have smart fabrics that adjust to your body, keep you perfectly comfortable, and still look amazing. They'll see photos of us in skinny jeans and wonder if our species was trying to slowly shrink itself into extinction. Basically, we invented stylish self-torture and called it runway ready.
Number 2.
Alcohol, the global pastime of drinking poison for fun. Imagine explaining this. Yeah, so we found this liquid that impairs judgment, wrecks your liver, and makes you sing karaoke at 2 a.m., and we built entire cultures around it. Future generations will absolutely call this insane. Psychologically, it's simple. Alcohol hijacks your brain's reward system, lowering inhibitions, making you feel relaxed, and tricking you into thinking you're the life of the party. In reality, you're just slurring through Bohemian Rhapsody while texting your ex. Societies worldwide embraced it anyway, because apparently humans will do anything for temporary confidence. In the future, they'll probably have safe synthetic buzz drinks that give you the fun without the hangover or organ damage, and they'll laugh at us for centuries of cirrhosis and beer bellies. Honestly, archaeologists might find old bars and assume they were hospitals for the brain damaged. Basically, we normalized poisoning ourselves and then charged $12 a glass for it. Cheers!
Number 1. And finally, the most insane everyday thing, healthcare. Imagine a future where someone breaks their arm, walks into a clinic, gets it fixed, and then leaves without a single bill. Meanwhile, in our era, break your arm and congratulations. You now owe the hospital enough money to buy a small car. Future generations will look back at us like, wait, you had medicine, but people died because they couldn't afford it? Yep, we cracked the code of surgery, vaccines, antibiotics, and life-saving machines, but then wrapped it in a game show called Who Wants to Be Bankrupt? Psychologically, this one is especially twisted. Humans are tribal by nature. We evolved to protect each other. But somehow, modern systems convinced us that health is a luxury product, like Netflix or avocado toast. If you're rich, you get fixed up. If not, good luck with those essential oils. Future people will probably see universal healthcare as a basic human right, like oxygen or Wi-Fi. And they'll think we were absolutely out of our minds for letting profit dictate survival. Which, fair, we were. Basically, we invented immortality hacks and then sold them behind a velvet rope. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.